I have always dreamt of making this video because I never knew when I was going to get this item. But I knew that one day it would happen, but I just didn't think it would have been this soon. You guys, she's here. Like, she's here. When the package came today in the mail, I was so, like, I opened it up, and honestly, here's a little rundown of this little backstory that nobody asked for. I know you just want to see the bag, but please just hear me out, okay? Because, like, this is my very first authentic Chanel bag. Everything that I usually review and stuff like that is just like, you know, sister brands and all these other different like companies who make like similar bags, right? I don't want to say it, but I have been recently looking down like the vintage route of just looking at, you know, old ones, used ones, and just like pre-loved, where a lot of these bags, especially when they're vintage, they have so much character, and like the 24 karat gold plated items of like how the hardware was back in the day. So freaking pretty. So as you can see today, I am literally in my kitchen because I have nowhere to really record in this apartment except like a few places. But oh my goodness, you guys, honestly, I will say this was definitely an impulsive decision, but a more like planned impulsive decision, because like when I say I spent like many countless nights like staying up. I was late to work, like just up looking for a bag, right? And honestly, the main thing was like I was looking for something, anything that was in a good ballpark. And y'all, I got this bag under $2,000. Okay, I know $2,000, that's still a lot of money, but for a Chanel bag, are you serious? And in this condition, let me just go ahead and show you guys, because, you know, the biggest thing for me was like, I was actually very skeptical because I was like, I don't know if this bag is authentic. I don't know if this is real. And I was like, I bought it and then I was having like second guesses, and I was just like a little bit afraid and scared because I was like, oh my God, like what if it's not authentic? And then I was trying to like take the pictures and submit it online to like all of these other companies because I was like, oh my goodness, it's not authentic. You see where I was going with this? It was like, whoa. So I really don't know what this bag is called, but as you can see, it comes with a box, and I don't know if this is like the original box or packaging that it came in, but it does have some wording right here. I'm not so sure like what that is referring to. I think it's just the bag. I did look it up and like Chanel popped up. Like, I think it's in French or something. It says Agneau Coloris with a number, Sac Cuir Agneau Interior Cuir. I'm totally butchering this, but as you can see, it's something, and this sticker looks very old. Like, you know how when you have a sticker on something and it turns kind of like yellowy, like just faded and a little bit grungy? That's kind of what this is reminding me of. But the box in itself, top-notch condition. I do have to say that for the packaging in the box, there is like a little like rip or indentation right here, but again, it's just packaging, so it's totally fine. It comes with these little bubbles to protect on the inside, and then we have a dust bag, and she's vintage, so do keep in mind that it is going to be different. But as you can see, the Chanel CC logos on the front with the little emblem, it has a little bit of rubbing off, which again, that is okay, but the quality of this like dust bag is so thick and so soft, which just, it's so pretty. Oh my goodness, you guys. And then you just have like this little bottom box as well too. But are you ready? I don't even know the name of this bag. Look at the quality. Oh, she's gorgeous. Literally gorgeous. So I was on Vestiare Collective looking for a bag, and I know that there has been a lot of different stories about things being like replicas being sold at a certain price, and it got to me, and I was like, you know, what if like I buy a bag that has been a replica? And I was really freaking out because like you don't know, and like you can't really trust their like authentication like system with like their authenticity like judgments of where it goes like the hub or whatever. Doing my extensive research and just looking up a lot of everything basically about this bag, and then just seeing it in person, I can definitely say I do believe that this is authentic. I mean, it has been verified. It says that it was verified by someone named SJ December 6th. So just a few days ago. And you know, like I'm just kind of really shocked at the way that whoever had this bag, it's like in perfect crisp condition, you guys. It's literally insane. So the front right here, it has the double CC. You have the front, the side, this is the back, and then the other side. So on the front, you have the double CCs. It is stamped with a little indentation on the upper right. When you open her up, she has this like little clasp. The reason why I ended up going with this, right, like, so let me just show you the back first. So you have the CCs in the middle, and the inside is this like really gorgeous like burgundy red color. It's definitely showing up more red on camera, but in person it has that more like of a wine red color. And then the chain, oh you guys, the gold on this is like so freaking pretty. Like look at the gold on this, on the hardware. Are you kidding me? She's so pretty. And how I can tell, so this ring right here is actually 24 karat gold. And if you just compare the color side by side, they match up pretty well. Very, very identical to each other as for color, which I think is so pretty. But the way that this bag was kept, I don't really know who owned it, but it was marked in good condition. And when I was looking at the pictures, I was a little bit worried that it was gonna be like in really bad condition. But when it came, it's actually in like very good, like almost excellent condition. And for me to get this bag, I got this bag for $19.58. Okay, so I have like a $50 coupon for first time buyer on Vestiare. I was able to get $50 off for this bag. On the inside, it says made in France right here. And then you have the serial number at the very bottom as well too. It also does come with like, there's this Chanel booklet. And we also have a authenticity card as well. And compared to some of the replica bags I have owned before, I can definitely say even just this little card difference right here, the replicas, they make it a lot more like thicker and a little bit sturdier. So that's kind of also where I was like, you know what, like I do believe that this is a bag that is super authentic, and the leather is literally baby leather smooth. It's so smooth and gentle that I'm just very afraid that I am going to like scratch it. There are scratch marks on this little bag right here. So I think this is called a full flap Chanel bag, but I need to double check like the date code because it is 7 numbers, and they say that anything that is with 7 numbers, it's made in between, I think it's like 1981 to 1988 or something. I need to double check that super quickly just to make sure. This little booklet is actually really cool. Like it tells you how to basically care for it, and this is something that I've never seen, I've never had. I was literally just like reading through some parts of it. It even says like metal parts of your handbag are gilded with an alloy containing 24 karat gold, which is sometimes sensitive to sea air and the acidity of the skin and may eventually wear off. Clasp, chains, and other metal parts can be re-gilded. Ask your Chanel boutique for an estimate. That's interesting. It just goes into like literally all these different things about how to care for it, how to take care of it. Do not attempt to repair more serious damage yourself. Minor scratches can be rubbed off with a clean, dry finger. Like, natural leather is one of the few materials which improve with age, acquiring a patina which enhances its appearance. If you treat your Chanel bag with the care which it deserves, you can enjoy using it for many years. Like, and then they also have like a little section in which it has Japanese, because again, I did get this from Japan. They shipped it over from Japan. And the reason why I was kind of like thinking about where to get the bag from, like I've been watching a lot of other YouTubers like Mel from, like I think her channel is Mel in Melbourne, and there was another channel that I usually watch, and I think it's like Jessu Louise Lore, I forget, I will put it up here, but they're two of my favorite like designer reviewer channels, and Mel especially, she always says, you know, to do your research, and she even said that she gets some of her pre-loved bags especially from like Japan, just because they have a lot more unique items that have been kept so well over there. So I was like, you know, I want to double check and like see as well too, because some of the videos that I found online were really interesting about like people going thrifting for designer bags, but in Japan. And there's all of these like old consignment stores that are just like so pretty, and this I think has been such a wild ride. The reason why I opted for this full flap bag is that it's not like a typical Chanel classic flap like you've seen before. There is a like full flat medium-sized bag, which it does have the interior, which is very similar to a Chanel classic flap, but this one, it's kind of almost like a wallet on chain, but it's not. It's very different, and it's more of a just kind of like a shoulder bag. So if I put this over my shoulder, it actually sits like a little bit on my waist, which I kind of love. It's not too short and it's not too long. If I want to put it over me, I can as well too. But, oh, hold up, let me just close this really quickly. If I put it over me, it sits on a little bit right above my waist, but I think even this, I think, is a very cute look. I don't want to stand up because I am actually wearing pajama pants, so it's a little bit embarrassing putting myself out there, exposing myself. Okay, so I went to go get my phone. I just really wanted to double check the serial number. There's a website where you can type in the serial number and it tells you from where your bag and like when it was manufactured. So according to this, it says that my Chanel bag was manufactured in 1994 to 1996. Its age is about 26 years. This bag is 26 years old. This bag is my age. What? That is so wild. Oh my God, like you guys, you don't understand. You know, growing up, here's a little backstory, but growing up, my family was really poor. And my mom and my dad, like they did nails. They moved here trying to escape the Vietnam War, basically. And they came here to give us kids a better life. But they struggled like very hard. And I had a very rough upbringing, but I longed for nice things because growing up, I only had one pair of shoes or one jacket that I wore every single day. It was a red jacket. And we would get hand-me-downs from church, from like other people and stuff like that. And we would get, you know, used stuff, which was fine. But I used to always think about one day that I would love to get and own, like, you know, these nice things. And that's kind of why I am the way that I am now, where I am very materialistic and I do like nice things, but I want to be able to have what I want and like, because I don't know, I've always loved designer, and it's more like, I think it's the way that it makes me feel, where wearing it, yes, I'm not successful yet, right? I'm not like a millionaire yet, or I'm not in that moment of where I want to be in my life yet, right? Keyword yet. But it makes me feel good, and it makes me feel elegant and like pretty and like, I don't know, like maybe you call it, a lot of people say like, oh, maybe she just wants to be flashy, she wants the attention, and yeah, maybe that could be true as well too. But a big part of me, I just like, you know, I grew up looking at my aunt, you know, in her young 20s and early 30s of wearing Chanel and, you know, perfume and stuff like that, and designer, and, you know, really being this effortless woman. And I remember I looked at her, and when I was younger, I was like 7 years old, and I was like, oh, I want to be like that when I grow up. And just being able to have this as my very first authentic Chanel, there's just, I don't know, I'm just so blown away, and I'm so grateful that this is even possible. It's bizarre. Like $2,000, that's actually a lot of money, and you know, it's not something that I should be spending on. But with Christmas coming, you know, me being 26, you know, realizing a lot in life and learning and growing and maturing, like I felt like I really needed to treat myself this year as a reminder that, hey, like you deserve the love too, and you deserve to be treated, you know, the way that you've always wanted. Because how can you expect to have other people treat you a certain way if you don't even buy yourself nice things, or if you don't even treat yourself that way, you know? This bag is 26 years old and it looks like this. Oh, I don't believe it. Oh my gosh. I am so shocked. If you guys would like a more in-depth review of this whole entire bag, let me know, and I don't mind doing kind of like a review unboxing type of video. But for this one, I just kind of wanted to briefly show you guys the bag and just a backstory of the reason why I did get this. But you know, I opted for the gold hardware because I felt like it was so chic and so pretty, even though it is going to be a little bit more challenging to dress it up with certain clothes. I feel like gold hardware is a lot more elegant, and I feel like gold hardware is a lot more elegant. And as you can see, I love wearing gold jewelry, like from everything that I have. So if it's not jade, it is definitely gold. I used to be a silver girl, and I used to love wearing like, you know, stainless steel or like 925 sterling silver. But over the years, something about the elegance of just gold has really drawn a fascination towards me, and just a different type of love lately, where I do appreciate it a lot more. And you know, it is also a lot harder to come by. So being able to have a gold Chanel bag, like I think this is the perfect bag for me, because you know, I don't want to be like everyone else getting the, you know, Chanel classic flap that everyone has. Don't get me wrong, I love that bag, but it's very outrageous to be paying anywhere between $6,000 to about $7,000 for a used vintage bag. And if you want to get the new one, it's $8,000 to $10,000, in which the hardware and the materials that they've made the new bags with, it's not even worth it. Like I've seen some videos even with the new tote that it's been having cracking issues even after 2 days of, you know, wearing it. But everything that you see from the vintage bags, a lot of the leather and the way that it's been, like upkeeping wise, nothing really shows the fact that the bag is bad, right? But you know, just trying to go that route and looking for, you know, a Chanel classic flap, it's going to be a lot harder. So being able to find this bag in this condition, I am so grateful. Like I really am. This bag, You know, whenever I go to work or even if I am going out somewhere, I don't really carry much. I typically just carry my little wallet from LV, or I carry my phone. The little pouch that you saw earlier, that's just simply for my keys, but I really don't carry that much items. I like to be more like simple than to have a lot of extra things, unless I am going to work where I need like my iPad and my headphones and my journals and stuff like that. So usually my day-to-day, I don't need much, and I feel like this like size is just perfect. The look wise, it's just different and it's elegant still. It gives off, you know, like that Chanel vibe with the gold hardware and the perfectly like quilted lambskin. So it's still super pretty without having to be like every single other person that is out there repping the Chanel Classic Flap. And with everything said, I only spent like 1958. I know I keep saying only, but it's just a big difference. Less than 2,000. Less than 2,000. That's a lot of money, but it's okay. We spend bold because our money comes back tenfold. So I want to show you guys on the inside. It kind of reminds me of, you know, I don't even know. Like the Gucci Dionysus, like the mini version where they like have the little chain on the inside, if you've seen them before. But this bag, don't be fooled by the way of how skinny it looks, because literally I can actually fit a lot, but I just want to show you so that you can kind of see the shape of it. But I put my phone and I put my little key pouch, but if I were to close this, there's actually still a lot of room inside. But look at like the shape that it gives off. Oh my god, you guys. Oh, it's so cute. It's so pretty. Wow. I just have no words. I guess this is how people feel when I watch other videos and I see them like so happy about their bag. I know that it's not like the mainstream bag that everybody has been getting and wanting and looking up and stuff like that, but I will attach everything. Like I got this, you know, from Vestiare, like I mentioned. I'll put the seller that I got it from, I believe it was like Brandear or something, and I was looking at his page that he was selling like different, you know, bags and stuff like that. He's sold like over, I want to say like 8,000 items. So he is a professional seller on there, and that's also one of the big reasons why I was like, you know what, he is a reputable seller from Japan and I totally trust him. But you know, on the way here I was kind of like a little bit scared because it said that it was being shipped from Hong Kong, but that was, I think, because the hub, it got shipped to the hub, because I was like looking at the tracking where it got shipped out of Japan to Hong Kong, from Hong Kong to here for them to check it. So I don't know, but I'm still gonna go authenticate it myself. I'm gonna do an online authentication, and then I will go and try to find a place that does do like in-person authentication, if that even exists still in Dallas. I have no idea, but we will figure it out, and then I'll make an updated video. But without further ado, I will show you the rest of the bag. Bye, see you in my next video. But other than that, I will see you guys in my next video, and thank you so much for watching. Bye guys.